Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Just got to my new place. I was traveling today. Picked quite the day to travel with the market absolutely dumping. And honestly, I got in the door here just an hour ago and I expected to open my computer and see Canadian MJ names down 5% plus. And the fact that we're not seeing that, obviously we got help from this rumor, which we'll talk about in just a second. But the fact that the bulls held on when the overall stock market dropped over 3% and is looking at a potential gap down tomorrow morning, and it's pretty much the most bearish day we've seen in 8 months. The bottom line is it's a good sign for the sector that we did not dump in correlation with that. So pretty much APH stealing the show today with rumors about, and I don't even know the company's name off the top of my head, rumors about the potential investment from the tobacco company. We've seen this before with APH with their Diageo. I haven't said that one in a while. With those rumors, we saw the same thing. So nothing is confirmed. We have to be patiently watching and waiting, but it clearly sparked the bulls in the short term, and it showed us what the bulls can do in a short amount of time with the proper catalyst. So look at the dollar volume. The volume here, just in terms of number of shares, is the most significant. It's the biggest day ever for APH. And you can see that the bull move started in the afternoon with just a huge surge, and there's all that volume where we started from 17.19 and we ended up running about 15% from the low to the high in just over an hour. So obviously a huge move. We did see a little bit of profit taking, and what's most notable for me is the entire sector correlated with this bull move. It just sold off more significantly as those names aren't, in the running for the rumor, so people didn't really want to hold on to them overnight. So we saw more significant profit taking out of those names. So it's interesting. As far as the investment in the cigarette company, I know I personally would, if I had a horse that I was long in and APH was my long-term play, and then they came out and got investment from a tobacco company, I would divest and I will absolutely trade APH and capitalize on this volatility, but I'm not going to support a tobacco company. And I'm curious, share in your comments if that has any impact for you or if it doesn't. And I know it's a little bit hypocritical, alcohol definitely in the same boat in terms of ruining lives and killing people, but let me know, because I'm curious what you guys, if that would keep you from a long-term investment. Again, trading, I don't view trading APH. If I were to day trade APH, I don't view that as supporting a tobacco company. But if I'm a long-term holder, I would view that as supporting a tobacco company. So that's just a little 2 cents there. So where we stand on APH, my 2 cents, I should say, APH had this double bottom, and this is pretty much the best case scenario for the bulls to hold that double bottom and get follow through. And we're now watching key resistance at 2158. And if we can't break 2158 and we pull back from here, we have a bit of a descending triangle pattern where we have our high, low, lower high, double bottom, and that would be a lower high, and we'd look to pull back a bit more. Obviously, the momentum heading into October 17th is on watch. The momentum heading into earnings on Friday for APH is on watch as well. A lot of people think an uplisting is going to potentially be announced on Friday. So APH has the most potential short-term catalyst, although, if it's a poor earnings report, it could go the other way. But the way that the market has been reacting to earnings reports has been fairly bullish in this current market environment. And all in all, it was a huge bull run-up. As far as where we stand heading into tomorrow, we're watching the low of consolidation, which is 1954, and the high of resistance of 2070. Break 2070 first thing, it's a good sign for the bulls looking for continuation and looking at that daily resistance of 2158. But if we lose this low of consolidation of 1954, we're going to see further profit taking, and there's a lack of any support established nearby. So we just have to be cautious that we would look for further pullback if 1954 does end up getting a break. So very significant turnaround for APH. Looking at the weekly time frame, higher low established here. This is now our key weekly support, and we're heading back up towards resistance. And very significant moves. To be able to see the bulls go 15% in 1 hour, obviously, is a great sign for the sector. And the next time we get a confirmed deal, that tells us, I mean, this is just a rumor. So that tells us, we know for a fact now pretty much that if we are going to get a confirmed deal, that we're going to see the market, the sector run in response to that. And it's worth noting that the environment leading up into this news definitely led to short covering. There were shorts in positions here. We were weak in the sector. Before this news came out, we're in downtrends. So bears are very comfortable. And the fact that this news came out and trapped a bunch of shorts really quickly, that magnifies the move to the upside. So if we were in an uptrend and, had a 2% day 2 days ago and a 3% day yesterday, in my opinion, we wouldn't see a 15% move in reaction to this. But it's because there were a bunch of shorts on these positions that it led to a more explosive bulls buying plus short covering, pretty much everybody market buying, and that led to that significant move. CGC on the daily chart, bear break today of the inside bar. Have to be cautious here. These bulls are not out of the woods yet. We've got support of 46.42 and then 44.90 with resistance at 50.99. So we did see a significant bull move on CGC as well, but a lot more profit taking. Look at the profit taking at the end of the day. Let's look at it on the hourly. So a big surge up with everybody else and gave it all back. And that's because the news wasn't related to CGC, and CGC already has its deal. So we're not really looking for CGC to get another investment in the near term. It's more likely we're going to see names like APH or ACB get that investment, which is why those names are not going to see as much profit taking, in my opinion. So support here at the end of the day, 47.12. This is actually extended hours. So 47.12 in extended hours, 46.63 after that. Bruce is on CNBC tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, so potential that we see a little bit of bullish reaction to that. But I feel like personally that the more that happens, which has happened a lot at this point, that it's less and less of a significant impact. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a bull blip, but not much in terms of what we're looking at as we head into tomorrow. So we have a new clear hourly resistance, 49.88. We've actually rejected from these 49.80s a bunch. Here's resistance, 49.87. Let's look on the 15-minute time frame. So look at these tops. 49.87, 49, or actually 49.87, 49.77, 49.88, 49.86. You get the idea. That's a very clear resistance wall at this point, and the bulls are going to have to break it to see any kind of follow through. But due to the size of the pullback, even if we do see a bull move on the 15-minute time frame, either after hours for Bruce or tomorrow at the open, we're going to be looking for a lower high. What I'm going to be interested in tomorrow, I'm looking for SPY to bounce, and check out my SPY videos for what we're looking for. But if we see a SPY bounce, I'm curious to see if that correlation helps the bulls. We know the bearish correlation didn't do much to hurt the bulls, but I'm curious if the bounce in the S&P 500, when it does come, if that's going to help the Canadian MJ sector. There have been plenty of times before where I've seen sectors correlate in one direction with the overall market and then almost ignore it in the other direction. And that's what I'm going to be watching for sometime either tomorrow or the next day whenever SPY does get the hourly oversold bounce going. So CGC, daily chart, still needs follow through. Bulls need to get over 50.99, 51.21 to try and make our way back towards that all-time high. Hanging in there, but obviously not the kind of follow-through day the bulls would hope for in terms of the response to that rumor. CRON, so we got the dump. We didn't get the hourly break that we were looking for. We got a dump to lower lows, extreme RSI levels on some of these smaller time frames. 868 is our new support. We broke daily support today, and then just a huge move. We're talking well over 10% in response. And again, shorts covering. Look at the amount of that volume. CRON was full of shorts for days and days and days, and they got squeezed. So a little bit of a short squeeze there. The low of consolidation is 941. If we lose 941, further pullback is coming, and resistance is now up at 1008. So that's the range. The top of the bull move and the low of consolidation is the range for everybody that we're watching into tomorrow and to see which breaks first. So CRON on the daily chart, bullish reversal candlestick. We broke the lower high pattern. Have to confirm it with another green day and follow through tomorrow, keeping in mind that the weekly chart did just break support. We have lost the weekly higher low pattern right now, and it didn't lead to an all-out dump thanks to that rumor, but we will be looking for a lower high to form on this bounce, depending on how much follow through we get. Anything under 11.99 is just a lower high. So keep in mind that while we have a short-term oversold bounce underway, it's doing nothing to change the daily trend in favor of the bulls yet at this point. Wondering when CRON is going to get into the action in terms of rumors for investment. Certainly been fading ever since $15. We almost pulled back 50% maybe 40% or so from that all-time high in just the past less than a month. Significant profit taking. ACB, so holding on well for the bulls. Daily uptrend looking to remain intact here, and the bulls have space to work with. Anything above 1195 is a higher low for the bulls on the daily. Same thing, we saw the bullish reaction, but gave it all back. So this is a lesson. If you're in a name and it gets a bullish reaction, that name is going to see less profit taking if it's a reaction to news. Their sector could go along with it, but there's going to be much more profit taking in names that are not involved in the rumor or the reason for the spike. So we look at the hourly here. We have the low of consolidation, 1306 support, and resistance is up at 1345. So that's the range we're watching into tomorrow. If we break the low of consolidation, the next support is 1275. If we break resistance, the next level is 1360. It's setting up like an equilibrium. High of the bull reaction, low of the pullback, lower high. We're going to look for a higher low, and we'll have a tightening hourly range to watch into tomorrow and potentially into Friday if we do not see a break of it. Daily trend, still just fine for ACB. TLRY, bulls bought the dip. See the reaction and the correlation. So we had actually it wasn't really as significant here because the bulls bought the dip in the morning and then didn't see a ton of volume in the afternoon. So doing its own thing, did not see that correlation with everybody else, but the bounce is clearly underway. And at this point, 15-minute support levels are very clear. 135.01, 133.07, 132.66, and then we're looking down to 129.13. So I would be using the 15-minute time frame for supports and for resistance. We can get some nice details on this time frame. 138.70 has multiple tops, and then we're looking at 139.44. So I would be watching the most important support level for me heading into tomorrow. If I want short-term levels, it's 135 to 138.73. And if I want a little bit more range, I'm looking down at the 132.66 level to 137.73. That's the most important resistance on any way you cut it for TLRY. So TLRY, bullish reversal candlestick on the daily, have to see confirmation and a bull move with another green day tomorrow to see that follow through. So overall, exciting day for the markets to the downside, exciting day for the Canadian MJ bulls to not see that correlation in an all-out dump. And the rumor, again, the fact that a rumor can move this sector that much is very encouraging for the bulls, again, because we know when we do get another deal, which we know is going to come, that is going to propel the sector higher. And the fact that we went 15% is very notable, and we'll be watching very closely for when these deals get finalized, whenever they are. So again, leave your comments with regards to whether you care or not, whether your long-term investment is involved with the cigarette industry. I'm just curious. I will not judge you. And do some good things. So we'll see you tomorrow. Congrats to the APH Bulls. We'll see if that momentum can keep up. Just keep in mind, go back and look historically. When did the Diageo rumor come out? How did the price respond to it? And when did we see profit taking from that rumor? That's all information that is historically available that we can get little lessons from and get some more preparation on in terms of what to anticipate this time around. If we were to get APH breaking $21 or $22 up here, and we did get APH responding, and that actually just popped up on my Fidelity right now. And they pretty much said, no comment. Let's see, let's read it again live. Didn't just come out. This is a repeat, but there we are. No agreement. So yeah, pretty much saying nothing is official. We have nothing to report to investors. So non-event in terms of APH's response. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. Volatility is great. See you tomorrow.